He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in law.
Tom?
Hey, Tim. How we doing?
I'm Tim Smee.
I'm Tommy Schneeman.
We are not roommates.
We're not even in-laws.
However,
we are good pals.
Against all odds,
we've figured out how to be good pals.
We figured it out. Somehow I'm friends with the youngest comedian in America.
It is kind of crazy, dude.
Because a lot of people don't like really start popping until 10 years into the game. I mean, you just turned 21 years old.
I just turned 21, and it is fun. Like, there have been other people that have been young and in the game, but I'm the youngest in the game.
You're the youngest, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because a lot of the other ones that are young are kind of like open micery kind of people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you decided to deal with NBC.
I know it's weird because like when you're young, so many people say, "Oh, you have a lot of potential," but to me, they say, "Oh, you have a lot of skill."
Yeah. It's like
proven results.
Kind of. Well, I've heard this several times. A lot of people just, and then they're random strangers will just walk up and they'll say, "Literally, the world is your oyster.
Yeah,
do with it what you please."
Would you like to slap me in the face?
And it's crazy to hear people say that to a 21-year-old because right after they say that to you, I don't even know where they got the drink from, but they just throw it right in my face.
They say, hey, young man, it's a pleasure to meet you. And then they turn and they crow hop and they chuck a full beverage in your face.
And they say, it has been a disgrace to see you in person.
Yeah.
I hate your voice even more off the podcast.
And it's not a 90s throw the drink in the rude guy's face. I
haven't even said anything most of the time.
No, and it's throwing the entire vessel and everything.
Well, a lot of times they don't even crack open the beer. It's just a full can of beer. Just literally humming it at my face.
Just a full 12-ouncer. Right to the dome.
Like, that's a $12 beer you just hummed at me, dude. Do you even want this back?
You run after it, pick it up.
Well, I can't wait. I can't lose money on this. This is a
bleeding
great beer.
From the forehead. You're like, God, that was a blue moon.
Jesus. Yeah. Oh, damn. You just letting go an Amstel like that?
Oh, look at how much better of a start this one is off to than the last time we did this.
Boy, I mean, that was a real clusterfuck on that last one. There were several points where I was just talking and I was looking at the screen and your face was completely still. And I was like, well, I hope he's getting this.
I think
hope he's got a hot riff lined up after this.
Yeah. Hope he can come out of this blind tunnel shooting from the hip.
It turns out I was also paused on your screen and you were talking to me, which is pretty chill. We got several messages of people. They weren't mad. They were more like, it was like, hey
guys,
hey, this sucked ass.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that are like, hey, I've recommended this pod to my friends, and that's a bad look for me.
You're kind of making me look like an asshole right now. Like I'm getting absolutely lit up in my group chat right now because of that episode you guys put out.
And we apologize for that, you guys. I don't know what happened, but shout out to the app Riverside. That's what we tried to record through, and something happened.
If I even see the CEO of Riverside out in public, I'm humming an Amstel at him.
Well, you might see him next to the side of the road because his company is dog shit, and there's no way he makes any money. We paid him, I think, $30 for an annual subscription, and we got fucked
instantly.
Yeah.
You know what, Zoom? Why not just use Zoom?
Yeah, and Zoom.
Easy cheesy.
Look at this; it's working great.
We're cooking. We're having a great time here, Tom.
God.
Easy cheesy.
Yeah, my family, I mean, I literally, I got so upset. I mean, I texted you 38 times about it after that episode came out. But I had to then go spend a weekend with my family. And the amount of, like, just like every single sibling, parent, everyone that I saw, even one of my cousins was like, dude, what happened on that last pod? But
well, look,
the last person who brought it up, I was like, hey, I really don't want to talk about it. I was so serious. I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to delete it right now.
What's so funny is like it's literally such a small deal.
I know.
And you're like, hey, I can't talk about this right now. And they're like, Jesus, Tom taking the pod a little too seriously. Holy shit. Take a breath, dude.
It was like, and we got a couple really mean messages from you guys too. So Just
couple of mean ones. But I mean, the majority of the ones that I got were just like, it was almost like they were whispering in your ear, like, "Hey, you got like a booger in your nose." You know what I mean? They were like, "Hey," like the way I read it was like whispering, like, "Hey, man,
yeah.
this sucked ass. Let's take this off the internet."
What sucks is that there was a first version that came out like right at 8 a.m. that day that was like really bad. Like we were talking at the exact same time the entire time. Like both, it would be we would both say something and then there'd be 8 seconds of silence. And then we would both say something again. And that one was only up.
People are just
like
swerving off the road in the morning. What the fuck is this?
Well, thank God for my sister in London, sister four, yeah. Because she's ahead of us. She messaged me right away and was like, "I think there's something wrong with the pod." So then I fixed it. But then I thought I fixed it. Then even the version that I thought I fixed, people were still like, "No, it's really bad."
People were very upset. Still, God bless them. Hey, if you reached out, we appreciate it.
We do.
We care that people actually give a shit.
Yeah.
Some of you could be a little nicer.
Oh man, we got someone on YouTube. I don't know if you want to say his name again because we shouted him out last week and gave him too much credit. But he's really coming at you. He said your ego is fragile.
Oh, okay. Pretty observant, idiot. Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, I've got.
But you really cracked the case on this one, dude. Nothing slides past that YouTube commenter. Yes, of course it's fragile. Why do you think I do stand up?
And then he just goes. He also knows how to do it because he goes and insults you and then immediately pivots and goes, "By the way, Tom, your hair is looking great these days."
Hey, Tom, love that T-shirt you're wearing. Amazing T-shirt. I'm like, it's a white T-shirt.
We're both wearing a black tee.
Yeah, he's like, Tom, yours fits a little bit better. I really bring something out in people sometimes. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. They're intimidated. I wouldn't overthink it any more than you have the past.
That's
the past
probably
30
what it
years.
is. That's probably what it is.
Oh,
yeah, it wouldn't drive yourself crazy like you've been doing your entire life. I'd totally maybe chill with that. Hey, Tom, big news from the Blink front. Your boy's down 5 pounds.
There we go. Blink Fitness doing more than therapy ever could.
The kid is down 5 pounds.
That's
I'm
big.
unstoppable,
Congrats, dude.
dude.
I'm up about 5. So
there we go. See, everything's coming up Tim these days.
Dude, it's really bad. I need to get hot in the next 3 weeks.
You can lose the 5.
I could lose.
You can't show up to LA with some chub.
No, and I got a little chub because I've been. I mean, doing, I don't have a boner, by the way. I've been in a different city every week for the past 4 weeks.
Yeah, you're not going to eat good there.
For 5 weeks, maybe. Yeah, it just doesn't.
You got to hit the hotel gym, Tom.
I've been doing that a little bit more.
See, I've been in New York just getting my ass kicked every night. So I'm just to keep myself on an even keel. I'm like, I got to work out these demons. This city is eating my lunch right now.
What's going on? It's got you down.
Oh, it's just killing me.
Why? Give me some examples.
Everybody hates me.
Oh, so nothing new.
Nothing new. Just classic me. I do this audition. I have the best set of my life, and you hear nothing back. What is all that about, Tom?
Well, no one has heard anything back. Come on, this is not a fair concern.
I think it's fair.
No, you just said that you heard that they haven't gotten through all the auditions and no one has heard back.
Well, if they're waiting this long to decide something, damn it, what's the quote? It's from a good movie. If they're waiting this long to decide, they're usually deciding to screw somebody. That's the quote.
That's not that good of a quote.
Yeah, I know. It's not very applicable, but it's what I thought.
Like their standard audition process is designed to fuck someone?
Me, especially.
Oh, you specifically. Yeah.
I'm like, and then you start going through all the things. I'm like, I'm just too generic of a white guy. They don't need another one of me. There's literally 600 of me in the city.
All right, you're allowed to have.
I got here 4 days ago. They're not going to be like, that's the one we need.
It is
Come
cool
on in.
that you got the audition having been in New York for a hot 2 minutes.
Yeah, but what if I effed myself?
There are 300 other clubs in that city.
God.
Also, you're allowed to feel these things if you don't get it, but you haven't heard back. So why spiral beforehand when you can spiral after?
Yeah, let's save all this fun for later, Tim.
Let's save all this fun for when it's real.
Well, Tom, you can't tell me about not spiraling. You're the spiral king.
Yeah, I can really spiral.
That's what people called you in high school. Tommy Spirals.
Oh, you talking about Tommy Spirals? Yeah, he's been walking around telling everyone he's 5'3". He's like 6'2".
6'2".
I used to be 6'2", dude.
And then you went back. Well, by the time you get to LA, you'll be back to being 6'2".
Yeah, I think I might get. Is that like a type of plastic surgery you can get?
I think you actually can get surgery like on your knees that make you taller.
I feel like that can't be good in the long run.
There's no way it lasts.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Just one day your knees just shatter. Like in your mid 40s.
I don't know what they're doing. They're just putting insulation in there or like some sort of stuffing. I don't know, but there's no way that holds up. But I don't know. People get fake hips all the time.
Yeah, but
my dad has an entirely fake knee.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Like a knee replacement, they literally cut your knee off.
Yeah, why can't
put in bionic shit?
Why can't I just get like 2 new femurs, but they're like 3 inches longer?
They're just like a little bit longer, yeah.
And I could get.
I bet you could.
From we could.
You can stretch it out.
Yeah, it'll stretch.
Skin grows back. Take some skin off your ass. Put it on your knees.
I got a little chubby butt.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got a bit of a dumper. You can spare some skin.
I could spare some skin. Then I'd be a little thinner and taller.
I mean, this is a dangerous proposition. We got 6'3" Tommy Schneemans.
Whoa.
I mean, we're in trouble.
I mean, my jokes are going out the window, but boy, am I going to be hot.
I mean, I do kind of want to, I wish we had, Jamie, look that up.
No, Business Tom is our producer, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Business Tom, look that up.
Let's see. What do we got here?
Wish we could pull that up on a screen.
To make yourself taller. Wow, it's a quick search. Google knows me well. Reconstructive surgery performs breaks the. Oh, it is the femur.
Is it? So what do they do?
And then a magnetic lengthening rod and pins are inserted into the bone.
Jesus Christ. What kind of recovery time are we looking at on this thing?
Well, the thing is you just lengthen it tiny increments at a time.
Wait. So you're having the surgery multiple times?
Yeah, it sounds like that.
Oh, on your femur? What, is you're not going to walk for 3 years?
I mean, to be 6'3", worth it for sure. Worth it for the 3 years that this thing works. And then, and then when I'm 32 and I'm just walking down the street and both my legs fall off my body.
It's like, hey, look, you had a good 3 years, but it's wheelchair time now.
You did get that guest star role in Young and the Restless.
They never aired it, but you did get paid.
You got paid 680 clams. So consider yourself lucky.
So wait, what's the recovery time on that looking like?
I don't know. I'm just on the Google page. I didn't even get into a real article.
Because I mean, that's an insane.
I love that it's like there's a whole. This is on the University of Pennsylvania. This is an Ivy League website. There's like a what to expect section. No one should do this.
This is how like vain just our entire species is.
Oh, I think when it is a medical thing is when, you know how sometimes one person will have a stunted leg and then
right,
and that can fuck up your whole spine and everything.
Your whole situation, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's where it makes sense.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Post surgery, let's see. You have to work with physical therapy. That's more up Tim's alley than normal therapy. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you got it. Jesus Christ.
Tim, how's your mental health? Oh, it's terrible, but I'm down 5 pounds.
But my physical therapy has been going great.
So things are kind of looking up.
That's interesting. Why can't we just call working out physical therapy?
Physical therapy. Uh-oh. We have a bit brewing up over here, Tom?
Oh.
Oh, boy. Look what we just stumbled upon here.
Smells like a pretty Seinfeldian bit.
Yeah, we got a bit alert here. That is physical therapy.
It's physical and it's therapy. He does it for 9 years.
I've been in physical therapy for 3 months now. I've lost 5 pounds.
That's what Jim Gaffigan calls living in a 3-story walk-up.
Oh God, that's such a bad joke. Yeah, so I just started physical therapy, moved into a 3-story walk-up. Groans, people leaving. You just hear a glass shatter in the back of the room.
This guy thought that was gonna be funny.
Oh, is he gonna do physical therapy jokes?
Wait, can I pitch a bit idea I had?
Toss it at me.
On stage the other night. I was doing some writing on stage, and
just classic legend shit.
Yeah, I was just being a successful 21-year-old up there. But I have a joke about how I hooked up with someone who had a boyfriend.
The police officer.
Yeah, but I didn't know till the morning after. She told me then.
Sure.
There's actually something that's happened to me 2 times in my life. But like the response from your friends is always like, dude, if he finds out, you're fucked. He's gonna kick the shit out of you.
Sure.
It kind of doesn't make sense with the caveat that I didn't know.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but like,
nah.
But like, if anything, we have like so much in common.
Well, here's the thing: is he can't kick the shit out of his girlfriend.
Well, that's it. That was where I took it on stage. I was like, "Don't beat me up, beat her up." Well, don't beat her up, but and then
yeah, because like the anger has to come out somewhere.
Yeah,
so
but
you can only really push it on the guy that has the dick.
But like, if me and you are fans of the same sports team, we're gonna get along and watch the game together. It's just like we're just like in love with the same butt.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. Like, we should be pals.
We should be best buds.
Like, yeah, dude, she's a piece. She did well.
She's fucking awesome.
She's hot as shit, dude.
I fell in love with her last night. Like, good job.
You taught her to do all this shit in bed? She is wild.
I'll steer clear now, but like, great job.
It was fucking sick though last night. I gotta be honest with you. Well done, dude. You want to grab a beer after this? Wait, hold on. Your girlfriend's texting me.
It really it's such an interesting dynamic because obviously I don't actually think that should be the logical answer. I would have the same physical, logical anger.
Sure.
Like, yeah.
Here's my cue.
What?
These ladies, are these wedding ladies? This feels like a wedding thing.
Well, one of them was at a wedding. Yes.
What about the other one?
Intuition was at a bar.
Random bar? Interesting. So then the next day, how are they telling you?
She was out of town.
There we go. What was she out of town for?
I don't remember.
Visiting
friends, maybe.
Morals get all twisty-turvy when people are out of town. This is why I think like people in the 50s used to just probably cheat on each other literally just constantly.
Well, yeah. There was way less repercussions.
Because they're like, how are you ever going to find out?
If you lived a town over, you were never going to find out.
And you gave someone a phony name, they would never be able to find you.
No.
This is pretty much with the entire plot of Mad Men. But back to my question. So are they telling you, are they guilty the next morning? Or is it like, hey, just so you know?
So, well, first off, I don't want to act like I do this all the time, but it has happened to me 2 times.
I mean, you've done it 2 more times than I have.
It's okay. Well, you've been in a relationship for 42 years. So that's
true.
But one of them was
doesn't mean I can't do it.
One of them was like no remorse. And that one really weirded me out.
Yeah, so why'd she tell you? She was like, why do you have all these pictures of you and some guy on your wall?
No, it was
like, oh, that's my husband.
It was more like, truth be told, I am in a relationship. That one also seemed like less serious of a boyfriend.
Here's another cue.
I was like, you guys are going to break up. The other one was 5 years. And
oof. Here's a cue. Oh, wait, I have done this. This is in college, though.
Okay.
and her fellow was in the military.
That's the cop one. I just changed it for the.
Oh, that's right.
I just changed.
That's right. See, that seems pretty goddamn common.
Yeah, but that was.
I mean, they're gone for just forever. You can talk to them in 4-minute increments.
Yeah.
You're just like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, I'm being traumatized heavily here. Can't wait to come home and punch a hole through the wall.
Well, things are pretty crazy here. Hope everything's as usual back home.
Yeah.
I'm next to her in the bed.
Hope you're not banging a guy with cool hair right now. They made me shave my head.
It really blew my mind, that dynamic of like being like, yeah, I think I'm gonna potentially ruin my relationship here.
And she didn't give a hoot.
I've also been on the front end where I found out beforehand and I've called it off because I don't want to be part of that. I don't. You
don't want to be a part of that. Also, you don't want to have too many of those fellas out in the world.
Right. I also don't need just like a network of enemies out there.
Yeah, like dudes that would like to physically harm you. You don't need too many of those out there.
Yeah.
Because if they find out, for better or for worse, you've made yourself a bit of a public figure.
Yeah.
So you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to be at this show in this city at this time.
That's a really good point, Tim.
And then somebody shows up with a baseball bat and Tom's in trouble.
And I mean, we talked about it on the Jeff pod, but just Lord willing, someone's filming my set. And so I can get a decent clip out of it.
I mean, if we want to talk about viral videos, you getting your kneecap shattered at a funny bone would definitely go viral.
It would absolutely pop. That'd be so fun. And then the other guys see that video and they're like, I could just do that?
Like, wait.
And it's just the kneecap tour.
All I got to do is like get punched in the face on stage. And
I
career?
mean the other guys whose girlfriends I'm also making
you
this sound like
banging these girlfriends.
This has happened 2 times ever.
Too many
in 8 years.
Hey, how many times did it happen to me, Tom? 1 time and 14.
What? How'd you pick 14? Oh, because it was 14 years ago.
Yeah, good guy alert right here. Woo, good guy alert.
Will you start painting me as the bad guy for once? I'm trying to get a cool.
Trying to give you a little edge around here, Tom.
Yeah, dude. I gotta get. I'm trying to decide what kind of brand I'm gonna go into LA with. I'm thinking edgy for sure.
Well, that can't miss. Where are we at on the name change here, Thomas?
I'm kind of back to Schneeman.
It's such like so many people do it. Like I understand that obviously Tom Jakar, the comic here, he had to change his name because it was Tom Brady.
Yeah. He was never going to win that Google result.
You just have to change your name. Tom Brady. Who else? There was another person that but it was like a really legit one where it was like, yeah, you just flat out had to do that.
Yeah, Tom Brady is impossible. If you Googled, like when Tom was in Indianapolis, if you Googled Tom Brady comedian Indianapolis, the result would be like comedian shows up at Indianapolis Colts versus Patriots game.
Yeah.
He's Tom Brady.
Or it wouldn't hit any of those search results. It would just be Tom Brady like hitting off the tee.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, so I have no chance here.
Yeah. But
going by I don't know.
Well, my good pal Kelsey Cook made a good point. She's like, I think it's too late. Like, you've already met so many people in the comedy world. Like, it's just enough.
As the Schnee.
Yeah, and she's like, and enough people have learned your name.
Honestly, and like Schneeman's it's 2 syllables.
Yeah, I had just.
I think people can crack that case. There
was just like a stretch of time when like no one could get my name right over the past like 2 months. And I was like thinking about it already.
Well, also Tommy Brennan's a little bit cooler when you're like this fall on Chicago something or another. Tommy Brennan
on any of the Chicago shows.
You know what I mean though, where it's like Tommy Brennan has had.
Do they still make trailers like that?
Doing one last heist. I don't know. I'm 88 years old.
This is like an early Mission Impossible trailer.
Well, I watched Mission Impossible the other day. That one holds up.
I don't know that I've ever watched that all the way through.
Tom, it's sometimes we'll really be on a roll and I'm having a good time and I'm like, this is like my good pal Tom.
Sorry,
and then you
dude.
say some things and I'm like, what are you talking about? You've never seen Mission Impossible.
I think
they made 37 of those movies.
Yeah, I think I've watched some of them here and there in a hotel or whatever.
I mean, look, at some point they were just milking the teat, but you gotta watch the first one. The first one's stone cold.
All right, I'll rewatch it.
Truly holds up.
To be fair, I played the song for a piano recital in 5th grade.
Okay, actually, that does redeem you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I thought it would.
Was Ving Rhames there?
Yes, he was actually, and I did pretty poorly.
He was doing the audio visual the whole time. That's very fun. Let's see. Did you catch our good friend put out a movie? We haven't even promoted it on the pod.
What? Oh, Joe List.
Joe List.
I was like, oh shit, did I miss something big?
One of our best friends in comedy puts out a feature-length film, and we haven't even promoted it on the podcast.
That's true. And I feel like the special did so well because we gave it a lot of hype.
Exactly. It bumped it up from 20K to 4 million views after we gave it the roommates-in-law stamp of approval.
And it's also it's not just Joe List. It's also Louis C.K., who Tim is personally a huge fan of.
Well, we're
not so much his comedy, but his personal life.
Just kind of his antics off stage. I was talking to Louis the other day, and he was asking us about if we'd be willing to plug him in with our network to kind of help rehabilitate his image. We just have a nicer kind of smoother edges that he's trying to ride the wave of, which I thought was presumptuous, but he's a friend. So
we can talk about it. I just don't like that he keeps asking to be in Roommates-in-Law sketches. It's weird.
It's like, hey, Lou, we already had some of them shot and we're waiting for those to come out. So maybe on the next round.
We don't need another straight white either.
Also, my thing is the old guy. I can't have somebody older than me on here.
Louis older than you?
I think we were born same year, different month. He's 6 months older than I am.
Ah, yeah.
He just looks way better.
He just looks really good. Oh, man.
Oh, Tom.
Hey,
you're back in the woods, right?
FYI. You woke mob.
It was a bit. That's what we refer to as a little bit. Also, Tommy's not the youngest comedian in America.
21.
He didn't sign a deal with NBC.
Well, that's still in the works.
Okay, that's okay.
And
it's not inked
It's just
yet.
a generic deal with NBC.
They already fronted you the $500K.
Would you like a deal?
How about a deal for Tom? They're just in the boardroom. Hey, what are we thinking about a deal for Tom?
I was thinking about throwing Tom a deal. Everyone's like, yeah, I don't have anything against that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's absolutely deal him up. You're back in the woods.
Back in the woods, as you can see, lake behind me. I'm leaving tomorrow. Going to Austin, Texas.
Oh, a city that used to be cool.
Yeah, the city of bachelor parties and the worst comics in the world.
Oh,
yeah.
Tom, bad boy Tom. He's out and about.
Man.
Oh, you love to see that. No, Austin's pretty fun. There's some good people there.
I'm actually very excited to be there. So when this comes out, I will be there tonight through Saturday.
Bingo.
Tonight I'll be at Creek in the Cave and East Side Comedy Club. Tomorrow I'll be at Cap City and East Side Comedy Club. And Saturday I'll be at Cap City. Come out if you're in Austin.
Cap City.
We got a couple Austin people actually.
Cap City slaps.
We're in the small room. Have you been in there?
Yeah. No.
Wait, when were we at Cap City? Isn't it a new club now?
No. So it shut down and then they reopened it
in the same building.
I'm pretty sure because I was there before I moved to Chicago.
Oh, I didn't. I thought that for some reason they got a new building.
And go check out the Velveeta Room, and they also do this show called Sure Thing that's super fun.
At the Velveeta Room?
No, the Velveeta Room is just a different thing, but I forget where they're doing Sure Thing now. But it's just always, it's just one of those great indie rooms that people just do a great job with, and it's just fun to get in there and cook around.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited. Doing a bunch of shit there and okay, here's a conundrum that 3 of my closest friends are gonna be there, and they will never listen to the pod, so I don't care. But our good pal Rich Park, who I think you've
RP,
met, right?
Never, but he's a legend.
Oh yeah, he's a legend. So he lives there. He's like my best friend of all time, besides you.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Besides you and Joe List, Rich Park comes in third. But he was like, he sends out to our little group chat. He's like, Tom's coming to Austin for shows. You guys should come. And now 2 of our other best friends are flying in for it. Nix, who I lived with in New York, who you've met. And then my good pal Nelson is coming in from San Francisco, which I love, but I'm doing shows the whole time.
Damn, I mean, they're flying in for a feature?
They're flying into like it's like as a reunion. Because just like 2 of us were in the same city. We've all been meaning to visit Rich in Austin.
Right. Well,
and now I'm feeling the pressure of like, I'm like, well, fuck.
No, I mean, you can get up early and go have a bit of a day with them. A couple of good days, go eat some good food, go check out a thing or 2.
You know me, early riser. I'm a real up and Adam guy.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
But you've you know, it's the thing, like, if friends show up to a show in general, sometimes it's a little stressful of like, okay, now I gotta
entertain these people. Yeah. So now I gotta do another set after the set.
Yeah. And not to say, these are not
in a bad way, but it's like, but these are your good pals. It'll be easy cheese.
These are like
You'll
3 of my best friends of all time.
Yeah.
But either way, it's just like, I'm like, damn, I kind of wish we could just do a separate reunion.
Right.
You know,
where I didn't have to, because they're on vacation, you're still working.
Yeah. Also, like, before this came together, I was like reaching out to people like, can I come by, do your 11 p.m. show? Like, there's no way I would have done that.
Yeah. Because they're gonna be in sicko mode, as people say,
as Travis Scott would say.
The young man might be in sleepy mode. Now you can turn it on, pop an Adderall, get after it.
I'm gonna have to turn it on at some point. Oh man,
I love that you act like you're some stranger to going out after shows.
Right? Yeah, I don't usually like.
It's usually not your vibe. But I mean,
I certainly didn't.
In Detroit, it was
Fargo
like, show's over. Let's go get in bed right now.
Yeah, that was it. That's my modus operandi. I should start doing that. I would feel better as a person, probably.
Yeah. Drinking less, sleeping more.
Yeah, but
I think that's kind of.
What are your early 20s for? You know,
come on. You know, you can do this in your. You can do all that shit in your late 20s. Early 20s, it's party time, Tom.
Is 28 technically late 20s?
Of course it is.
Very much so. Yeah.
I mean,
I think 27 is late 20s, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 23 to 24. Hold on. 20 to 23, early 20s. 24 to 26, mid 20s. 27, 29, late 20s.
I'm right in the middle of those late years.
Right smack dab in it. But hey, those are some beautiful years, Tom.
Some fun years.
Don't you dare take them for granted. I wish I could grab your cheeks like Adam Sandler right now and Billy Madison.
I watched Billy Madison this weekend.
But Adam Sandler puts out some of the dumbest, best movies of all time.
I know Billy Madison, I think, holds up the most out of all.
No, I'm not even talking about those, because those are just instant classics. They're absolutely hilarious. They're some of my favorites. I'm talking about the ones now where it's like
I haven't watched
mystery murder and shit like that with like Jennifer Aniston. Like,
I like that movie.
Oh, it's that's what I'm saying. It's the dumbest, best movie of all time.
Yeah, I
enjoyed it thoroughly, but it's pretty dumb.
Well, yeah. I mean,
right?
I don't think he set any false expectations with his early hits. Like, this guy's going to be a thought leader.
No, but I mean, like, you know, there are some dumb movies where you're like, I can't watch this. This is impossible. Yes. And then that movie is just fun from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Is that just him being charming? Hubie Halloween?
I did not love Hubie Halloween, but
I had a great time watching Hubie Halloween.
I didn't love it, but
that's in the Halloween playlist now.
I think it is a big piece of it is just the fact that he is objectively very charming. Like even when he's playing the dumbest person in the world and like doing the dumbest shit, everyone still kind of falls in love with him a little bit.
He's a real charmer.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. And I watched 100% Fresh the other day. Boy, if that Chris Farley song, that doesn't make you cry, Tom. I don't know what will.
My boy Chris Farley, man, that one hits.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Lizzie was like, okay. Like, I think it's cute when you tear up at movies, but this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
You don't know either one of these people. And I was like, well, it's 6 degrees of separation because like my good friend Joe List is good friends with some guys that have been on Saturday Night Live.
I know someone who did Conan once, and Conan used to write for Saturday Night Live.
So ipso facto,
Chris Farley's
one of my good friends.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Tom.
What'd you get into this weekend?
I don't know if I mentioned this, but brother, we went to...
Wait, sorry. What were you about to say?
Yeah. Down 5 pounds. Just feeling great.
Jesus Christ.
Such a piece of ass around
I can't believe you would bring that up again after I told you I was up 5 pounds.
Tom, I got to take the wins where I can get them here, dude. I'm over here working. You should see me on this row machine. People gather around. They're like, holy shit, this guy's like are you like training for the Olympics or what is this?
He's back. Get over here. Hey, come on.
Well, if the person's on the row machine, literally 3 people just get them and throw them down the stairs.
Yeah. They're
like, hey, buddy, take notes. Tim Smith just showed up.
And then they chuck a full Amstel light at his head.
The same guy.
It's Rob Schneider.
I was searching for that riff and I couldn't find it. I didn't know who from the Adam Sandler movies, but it's absolutely Rob Schneider.
Just comes out of the corner of the screen and hums an Amstel light.
Hey, fuck you! In some weird accent. He's dressed up as a delivery guy.
Yeah, he's just allowed to play a new race again for some reason.
Oh God. It is I'm pretty amazing at the row machine. No, not at all. Some of these gym bros, I just want to tap so many of them on the shoulder and be like, we gotta tone it down here.
Hey buddy, you're fine.
And I saw a guy today. No, he's not my zero of the week. But his shirt was "My game is money." That's what he said.
Oh, I mean, we are past the graphic tee in the gym phase.
And I'm like, hey, pal.
That's like a bit. It's like,
I mean, the gym that we're currently in is $10 a month.
You can't be wearing a this shirt inspires me to work out shirt.
There are people that it's just some of these people. It's embarrassing. I like make a conscious effort to like just be normal and walk in a normal fashion to the. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Just arms spread up for
arms
no reason.
Out, like traps popped for some reason.
Just kind of walking on your tiptoes. Like, what is
and you're like, you didn't even do it. You weren't even just doing traps. You were on the elliptical. Why are you walking that way? Stop that right now. And they just kind of like look around. They just like, these women, I can't believe women even go to gyms. It has to be insanely
they just get stared at.
Just stared at.
Yeah.
And not even sometimes in like a, ooh, you're hot, creepy way. Like some of these dudes are like looking at women like, so you see what I'm doing right now?
Right. It's like almost worse. It's not, it's like
you're checking me out, right?
Yes, the dudes are like, hey, I'm going to give you this opportunity to look at me.
Yeah. And it's never the dudes that are like yoked.
No,
it's never the dudes that are like in great shape. Yeah.
It's the ones that like recently got in okay shape.
Well, they watched a YouTube video about like how to cut 90 pounds in 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're like deeply sad.
Yeah, they haven't eaten a sandwich yet. Like they're literally on 72 hours of no sustenance.
Just
and they're
creatine.
just staring. Yeah, dude, just staring down. Dude, we were talking about this the other day. Did you ever take any of that shit in high school? Were you like on creatine or like,
dude?
Do you remember shit like
have you ever heard me talk about me being in high school? I wasn't going through puberty, so working out like wasn't a thing for me.
Oh, you weren't the guy that was like, I might be small, but I'm gonna be yoked.
No, because like I was seeing my friends develop muscle. And I was like, see, I don't even have the hormones to do that yet.
Oh, right. It wasn't like lifting will take care of this.
No, that happened like my sophomore year of college, where all of a sudden I was like, oh, if I lift weights, I can get strong.
Oh, I have a man's body now.
Yeah. We're like in high school.
Yeah.
I had to go to the gym for sports.
Sure.
Like for soccer, we had mandatory lift sessions and stuff. And I was like, well, I just can't lift as much as anyone. And I would do all the same workout routines as all my teammates. And my body wouldn't change.
Just never changed.
So I wasn't like,
bizarre.
let me throw some creatine in here too.
Oh, dude, we were like creatined out. We were taking all this stupid shit.
I did that in college a little bit.
A little?
Yeah.
Creatine is like you blow up and then if you miss 1 day of creatine, you lose 8 pounds. It's the most like nonsense thing that somebody can do.
Were you on creatine?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I never actually did. I never did that. I did.
You said you did.
No, sorry. Like all that shit. Like I used to do. I had this crazy pre-workout in college, and then I would just do pre-workout and like
Were you a muscle milk guy?
Protein. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Were you
The
chocolate
powder,
or vanilla?
But I would just shake. I really just like. I just walked walking around the dorm, walking down the dorm hallway. Yeah, I just worked out. And just knocking on doors.
So embarrassing.
You boys hear that?
Yeah, that's a workout shake right there, fellas. Trying to put a little mass on. Where he's like, why?
Maybe I'll put a little vodka in this as a pregame too. What?
So embarrassing.
Oh, God.
Muscle milk.
Me and my roommate Guilfoyle had the craziest pre-workout. I used to literally make me feel like I was gonna like have a heart attack. Like if I
maybe that's what's going on with these guys in the gym.
Yeah, dude. Have you
think
ever
they're just so
taken
yoked
pre-workout?
out on? No, never.
Oh, it's crazy, dude.
Is it just like you just like absolutely zipped?
I think it's like caffeine and
Coke,
sugar and cocaine. I think I don't know. It's meth, maybe. It's like it is like your whole back is like tingly and like into your head. You're like kind of like almost like lightheaded, but like in a way that's like
that's what's going on. That's what all these gym rats are doing.
Oh yeah, dude. You can also literally lift more.
That's exactly what's happening.
Because you're like a little bit numb to shit.
Well, because I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, this is not normal human behavior.
It's the pre-workout. And it's also them doing probably years of pre-workout and like upping how much they're taking and doing crazy shit. And then they're doing the full stack of like pre-workout, B4, all this vitamin shit. Like
Animal stack. Did you ever take Animal Stack?
I don't know why I know what that is. I don't think I did, but
there was like Animal Stack and Animal Pack. None of us knew what it was. There was this other thing, NO2, and like we were taking this shit. None of us knew what any of it was, and it was like, all right, so we just took all of these shit. And now I'm ready to go lose by 60 to one of the best basketball teams in the state.
Oh, you were taking them before games?
Oh, no. Just like for our like our summer workouts. And we were fuck yeah, dude. We're going to beat Southern Lab this year. Oops. They beat us by 60 points, Tom. Oh, shit. They have Marcus Spears on their team. We're not going to win.
Oh, my God. Yeah, dude. These people. I mean, it's like a little bit like, why have you committed so hard to being strong? This like throughout your whole life.
This is like a little on the nose, but there's this guy in the gym. So he's horseshoe bald, but he has his hair like kind of blown out in a way where he kind of looks like Bozo the Clown. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he's covered head to toe, covered in tattoos. Tattoos on his face. He's probably 5'5".
All right.
Thick boy.
A short king.
And he's in there today with like 10-pound dumbbells, just going like literally.
just shaking them around?
Just like fuck. And I was like, whoa, dude. And I was just fully staring at this man. But then he like caught me looking at him. I was like, let me. And I just like did 10 push-ups.
Just drop to the ground.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, this man will beat me to death with that 10-pound dumbbell.
I still can't imagine what he's doing.
Well, I don't know. He's deeply hurt. This is a man that is in a lot of pain, and he subscribed to the Tim Smith method of mental health. Is just go to the gym,
physical therapy.
Just get a little physical therapy.
Oh my God! I mean,
he's the scariest guy I've ever seen.
Arms around?
Yeah, like really, really, really fast, and he has his hair blown out like Dumbo. I mean, wait. What's the Bozo?
Bozo, yeah. Dumbo is the elephant with big ears that can fly.
But I mean, this guy.
Wait, can you take a picture next time you see him?
Absolutely not.
No, please do.
Tom, if this guy catches me, it's over.
Yeah, but also that would be a great story for the pod.
It's over for me, Tom.
That story's going on the Patreon.
I mean, this guy is truly an insane person. Like, he has a knife tattooed on his face. It's that kind of a situation.
Oh man, that
scares the shit out of me.
Terrifying.
But he was pre-worked out of his head. That had to have been it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it really makes you feel crazy. That's the only time. My sophomore year in college is the only time I've like seriously lifted weights, and it was because my roommate got me hooked on pre-workout.
Were you wearing like an old like basketball cutoff shirt?
You bet your ass I was. It was like I took all the shirts that we like got for free freshman year.
Yep.
And just cut those.
And
off.
you just cut. Now, how aggressive with the cut were we going? Because some people would cut it down to like some people cutting it down to the
to the bottom.
I don't even know what
to the bottom hem.
Bottom stitching. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not that.
And then they
far.
would cut it from like here to the bottom stitching, and it's just like full nip city.
Yeah, dude, they love that. I never had a big enough chest to. I could not.
To really let the nips pop.
No, it was a modest cut. It was okay. It was fine.
A fair cut.
Here's the thing: I actually really liked playing. Because my workout was always I would lift weights and play basketball, and I really loved playing basketball in a cutoff. Well, feels good. The arms are free.
Well, 100. Yeah, I got no issues there.
Yeah,
but it's just I think it's the cut itself is where you get in trouble.
It is so funny because you have to. I mean, this is kind of like a hacky joke, but it's like all those guys that are so like buff and angry in the gym and they're wearing those cutoffs. There was a time where they had to find a shirt and like cut carefully around the.
They had to like hold it really, really tight. Yeah. They had to have someone else to hold it really tight so the cut was smooth.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I know a lot of thought went into that. Like a lot of effort went into that cutoff shirt you've got there, my friend.
You put one of them on and you're like, this cut is too small, isn't it?
That's a little tight. My nipples aren't even out.
Jack, will you get in here? This is a bad cut, right?
There are times in my life where I was a little guilty of a too deep cut. I gotta come clean here, Tom.
Yeah, I think it's basketball culture. You guys, all my basketball friends always went too deep on the cuts.
Too deep.
Yeah.
And dude, one time I just finished like literally having that workout. I worked out. I played pickup. I went to Walgreens right after, and I'm leaving Walgreens, and some guy, I'll never forget this, just leans out of his truck. He goes, "Hey, sleeveless, you're a douche."
Oh, not even that creative. Just speaking facts.
Just nothing. Just right to the core of it. And it was me and my buddy Ryan Solomon, and boy, did we laugh about that I wish I could somehow find that man and be like, that stuck with me forever. It was the funniest thing.
Did you ever put on another cutoff?
Oh, you better believe it.
You were like, oh, it was like, you didn't even register that that's what it was about.
Yeah, I was like, no, this is a super comfy shirt, and I look hot as shit right now.
I just wish my basketball shorts were a little bit longer.
Yeah. Now that I was never guilty of. I never went crazy on the b-ball shorts. You
never
gotta have the b-ball shorts above the knee.
You never had like the one.
No.
Just fucking, yeah. No.
Never did that. That's just straight up not comfy.
Yeah. Also, that was more mid 2000s.
Which would have been my time to thrive.
College though.
I mean, I graduated high school in 2005.
Wait, no, you didn't.
Wait, yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, shit. Yeah, that was your time to thrive.
Yeah.
Wow, when you graduated high school, I was in 5th grade. Now
Jesus
it's not a
Christ.
riff anymore. Now it's,
Oof. All right, let's cut this out of the pod. This is gonna hurt pretty bad here. 5th grade? Did you say 5th or 8th?
5th. But it could be 8th if you want.
Let's make it 8. Let's chalk it up to an 8.
Oh man. Let's just go ahead and round that one up. I was in high school. I was right behind you. I was on your tail.
But yeah, those are like the years of like the and one mixtapes and all of that shit.
Dude.
But I never just the long shorts. You can't play basketball in the long shorts.
No, I never really understood that.
How am I supposed to be out here on this intramural basketball team getting absolutely dunked on in some long shorts?
Yeah, it'd be so embarrassing to get dunked on in long shorts.
God, what?
What you got any zeros of the week, Timothy?
Zeros of the week. You know, honestly, I've had a pretty I haven't encountered too many zeros this week. Everyone's been pretty nice this week.
I got one that's like a pretty soft. I couldn't decide. And then I was like, but if you don't have one, then we gotta have one. So
what you got?
I'm nominating this gal. So I was in Fargo this weekend doing shows, super fun shows, like just the time of my life. And so one of the shows, I think it was Friday. No, Saturday. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, it was after Saturday. I had like a crowd work thing where, you know, who knows what happened. I had like a solid 5 minutes of kind of like nonstop, the hottest 5 minutes of my set, just all going at this one girl. Because she cheered when I said my ex was Catholic, and I said, "Oh, are you Catholic?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Why? Why'd you cheer?" And she said, "I'm a big fan of Catholics."
Okay, yeah. So she's just drunk,
which was amazing. That's just an incredible thing to say because no one outside of the Catholic Church is like, but big fan.
Yeah, hey, it's not for me, but like I totally get it.
I love it.
I absolutely love what you guys are doing at the Catholic Church.
But so it was like, I had a very fun time with that. It was great. Then after the show, this other lady comes up and we're sitting and she buys the comics like a round of drinks. And she's like, "Hey, okay." So we're talking for a little while. She goes, "Hey, can I give you some constructive criticism?"
To you?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
After I kind of just had a hot one.
Yeah.
I was feeling good. And I was like, for sure.
Lay it on me.
What do you got? And she goes, well, on that, when you were talking to that girl about the Catholic stuff, like, why didn't you take it in a BDSM route?
In a what route?
In a BDSM route. And I was like, what? And she was like it could have been about like BDSM. And I was like, I don't know.
It's not really what they're known for.
Also, I was like, hey, before we get into this, are you giving me feedback on crowd work on something that's never going to happen again?
You said that?
Yeah. And
yes.
She was like, what? And I was like that, you know, that was like, she's not a plant. That was something that happened.
It's just in the moment.
That'll live and die right there tonight. I mean, I'll post it on Reels, but it'll live and die.
Yeah, it'll live forever on the internet, but for tonight, it's dead.
But like, you know, like I was like, what? You understand? And she goes, I know, but like, I was like, oh my God, that would have been so much better if you took it in like a different route. And I was like, and then
I just love that approach.
Yeah.
Like, no, like I heard what you did and it was working, but like, man, it would have just been way cooler if you'd have done this totally different thing. And
she like tripled down on it. And I just kept being like, okay, all right. And eventually I go, I don't even know what to tell you. What do you want me to say here? I don't even understand what you're trying to say. And also, I don't think you understand that wasn't. And she goes, no, I saw you putting things together. I know some of that was pre-written. I was like, God, no.
She's inadvertently calling you the biggest hack of all time.
Yeah, and I was like kind of getting irrationally upset at this woman who just bought me a drink and was like,
well, the last thing you want to hear after a heater is, hey, here are the things you did wrong from an audience member.
Yeah, God. I was so upset.
Did she expound at all about the BDSM thing?
No.
Because that's a wild move.
I did. I asked one more time. I was like, I don't really get the BDSM connection. And she was like, well, when you said, I think it was like strictly based off of just one thing that I said, which I don't even remember everything that I said. It was like I said something about like you just love. I don't know. Like I love the good that you're doing for the world, like and the bad or something like that. And it was maybe something. I have no idea where she got there.
Because I mean, BDSM is what? Bondage, sadomasochism, and
yeah.
What is it?
Well, I think you might have just gotten it.
Bondage, like domination and sadomasochism. Like,
yeah. I think you got it.
Like, I like how I'm pretending like I don't know, like I don't Google this every day. It's not my first Pornhub search. I'm like, oh, what is that called again?
Like, Tim, you listen to that song by Rihanna every day.
Yeah. What are they called again? Anal beads? I don't know. I'm just tossing off my top of my dome here.
That sounds like a weird necklace to me.
Definitely don't have one of those in my ass right now, Tom.
Maybe that was it. Maybe she just was really into BDSM, and she was like, "I just would have loved it if you could have taken it in BDSM."
Just been amazing. Yeah, yeah. You're like, why do you have handcuffs on?
It was so odd. So she's my 0 of the week right there.
That's stinky poo. Nobody likes a critique. Don't, audience members, don't tell a comedian what they should or should not have done after a show.
No.
Even if they bombed their dick and balls off.
Yeah.
Do not approach this man or woman and say, couple of notes for you.
I got a couple. Also, she said, can I give you some constructive criticism?
There we go. Yeah. Hey, I've been a bookkeeper for 15 years. Here are a couple of thoughts I've got on the bits you were up to. What?
Oh, I was so upset. And it was crowd work.
Crowd work.
It was me talking to this woman.
I like it. She's like, ah, I know that you had a couple of plans going on there. You're like, yeah, because I'm in Fargo all the time.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Damn it.
I was so upset.
So I woke up at her place.
Oh, God. Her boyfriend's a cop.
I was waiting for that. So I work with kids.
Oh, man. Yeah,
let's see.
Fargo.
You been in that hot tub over there, Tom?
I haven't been in the hot tub. It's been too hot.
It's never too hot for a hot tub, Tom.
It's been like, I don't know. It's been like really hot, but I've been hitting the sauna.
Wait, there's a sauna?
Oh, this isn't the place you've been. This is in Minnesota.
This is Grandpa's place?
This is the place my grandparents bought. Yeah.
Right. Okay, I was like, because I don't recognize that fish chair in the back right there.
No, now my dad's whole side of the family all co-owns this little place up in northern Minnesota.
Okay. I do like these it's like if you have a beach place or you have a lake place, you have to decorate it as a beach or lake place.
I know, it's so funny. This chair just has fish on it.
It's just fish. Like they were like, can we get some sort of chair with like a bass on it?
Yeah, it's like, antlers above the fireplace, of course. Yeah.
How many pieces of art where it's like lake house is the best house?
Go jump in the lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
if you
happy.
Need me, I'll have a glass of wine in the lake.
Yeah. I'm happiest
like
at the cabin. Yeah.
How many of those you got around? I'm taking several. The over under is at 5 and I'm hammering the over.
Well, this one, I wish I was in the other one because this one is recently redone. There's nothing on the walls yet. But we got
you need to get your sister in there. She'll clean that up too sweet, Tom.
Shout out to sister number 3. Inspiration behind the signs.
Absolutely love that. Still sorry I didn't make it there for boat day. I made an impulsive flight decision.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Also, wait.
Fucked up, dude.
I'm guessing you never booked a flight to Chicago for next week, right?
For next week?
Yeah, we talked about it 2 weeks ago on the pod that you should come to Chicago when I'm there. And then we could record some pods.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely didn't do that.
Yeah, awesome.
Did not do that.
Oh, wait. Come on. Flights are cheap these days.
Was this an actual plan or was this one of these things that was like, hey, what if?
Well, yeah. Then we talked about it a little bit afterwards.
Did we? Let's see what flights are looking like. 2 weeks?
They're not good.
They're not good?
Oh, flights are so expensive right now. I'm in Chicago from the 17th to the 28th.
Oof. Yeah, no, definitely can't do that. That is too long, Tom.
Well, you don't have to be there the whole time.
Still, I'm gonna be there eating cheese hoagies, drinking 38 beers a night.
You can come for any amount of time.
These 5 pounds are gonna come right back on, Tom.
Dude, we could get you into export over there. And
trying to fuck up my health journey.
I don't think they have a Blink Fitness there.
Nah, it's kind of a New York thing. I'm a New York guy now, so it's cool.
That's true. You're a New York rat.
I'm just like a big city guy, just absolutely getting this clock cleaned right now.
Oh, dude. Speaking of not being cleaned, can I tell you about my hotel in Fargo? It is the worst. I feel bad just in case. I don't know. Thank you to the club for putting me up, but the Fargo Inn and Suites can suck my nuts.
What? It's called Fargo Inn and Suites?
Yeah.
Red flag number 1, Tom.
It's like a Days Inn divided by 12. It's so bad. You get it. So this is like one of my favorite hotel stories, and I thought I was never going to have to stay there again because the club was like, oh yeah, we heard that hotel is bad. This was over a year ago. I went to Fargo, stayed in this hotel. I check into my room. It smells so much like cigarette smoke. Like enough where I laid down in the bed to try to take a nap. And I was like, I think I'm going to get a headache.
Well, it's like, yeah, it'll make you puke. It'll give you a headache. You start getting like the spins a little bit.
Yeah, I started chain smoking cigarettes. It was weird. I walked to the front desk. I was like, hey, I think I have a smoking room. And she goes, we don't have smoking rooms. And I go, well,
I beg to differ.
It really smells like smoke in my room. And she goes, honey, they all do.
Hey, babe, you're in Fargo.
Well, this hotel is like attached to a little, not even a fun casino, like a 1-room bar casino.
Where it's just all slot machines.
It's slot machines and one blackjack table.
Yeah, and like a pick a hand station
and pull tabs, yeah, and so you're allowed to smoke in there. So just the entire ventilation system is filled with cigarette smoke.
Well, also you have people walking out of there. They're literally just a lit cigarette walking back into their own rooms.
Oh yeah, they'll walk straight into their own room. Yeah,
gross, dude.
So
cigarettes, nah.
No, they're not the move. So I get back to this hotel. I find out that we're staying there again, and I'm like, well, maybe it's gotten better. It hasn't. I get into my room, smells like cigarettes, and I open the bathroom door. There's just dirty towels on the ground.
Oh, God.
Which is a bad feeling.
Just like a turd in the toilet.
Yeah. Just like a body in the tub. It's just like a bad feeling, like towels on the ground, like in the middle of the floor where I like couldn't just walk past them.
You had to like kick them out of the way.
I like grabbed another towel and like pushed it with that.
Because there's cum on those towels.
I was like, yes. And I called
there's
front
absolutely
desk.
cum on those towels.
I go, hey, there's like dirty towels all over my room. And, is there a different room ready? And they were like, we don't have another room ready. And I had to leave for the show shortly. So I was like, all right, and I was like, well, there's dirty towels. And she goes, oh, okay, well, we can send some more towels. And it wasn't like, hey, we're really sorry.
It's like, so what are you looking for here? You want more towels?
So are you just going to use those ones or did you want fresh ones?
I don't know what you want from us. We can take you out back and hose you down. Does that sound a little better?
Would that be good for you?
Dude, we stayed at a place in Detroit. We're doing some horrible shows in Detroit and we're at this hotel. And I don't know what was going on this weekend, but like the shittiest hotel, shittiest hotel was like $280 a night. I don't know what was happening. I mean, that was like the lowest one that we could find.
Are we talking about Red Roof Inn?
Way worse. I mean, like just a local thing. It was called like Detroit's Best or some shit like that.
Was that the show or the hotel?
Both. It was. We walk in, like the dude at the front desk was like surprised people showed up. Like we walked in, he was like, "Oh, what's up, guys?" And we're like, "Hey, we have a reservation." He looked it up and he's like, "Oh yeah, you do." Like he was like, he's like, "Holy shit!"
So that's how that works.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe you guys did this. So we're going on our way to our room. You know, they have the big ice machine.
Yep.
The door is just ripped off of the ice machine. And they don't have anything to scoop it with, but they do have a sign that says, please don't use your hands as a scoop.
So gross.
Disgusting. We got into the room and there was just like a roach just covered up in bed, like sound asleep in the bed. Like he kind of looked at us like, would they double book this room or what are we doing here?
Gross.
And we woke up at 2 a.m. to just violent screaming. And I mean, there was for sure a drug deal or somebody was getting the shit kicked out of them, or it sounded like somebody like just caught his wife fucking a drug deal. Like she was screaming at somebody to get off of this other guy, and
the other guy was like, "Hey man, we should be best pals."
It's like, no, you don't get it. Like she's hot, and I think so too. So let's grab a beer, dude.
Is this anything?
It was like the crazy, and it was such a bummer because if it was $30 a night, fine.
Right.
That's what you signed up for. $280, Tom.
$280 is not allowed.
I feel like they knew that we didn't know what was going on.
Well,
but it was on like Expedia.com or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it had to have been, what was there, a convention? I mean, there had to have been something going on where they were like, well, let's just charge a ridiculous amount because we don't want anyone to stay here this weekend.
Yeah, like no one's coming here.
No one will pay $280 to stay here.
Here we come. They're like, oh, did you guys just do a horrible bar show? And we're like, sure did.
Like, yeah, it's kind of the only people who stay here.
Yeah, it makes more sense. That makes more sense. Just brutes magoots. I mean, there is nothing better than walking into a hotel room and it's squeaky clean. And you're like, you know what?
And it's like nice.
This is going to be just fine.
Yeah.
You take that initial plop on the bed. Everything's
love a hotel room.
They're just fun, Tom. We've been over this a million times.
So fun.
They're a fun time.
Well, the Fargo Inn and Suites is not. So
that's not the one.
No,
they got to do something because if the shows are so fun, you know, put you up in something that's reasonable.
I think they're thinking about maybe getting a comedy condo situation going on. That could be better.
I thought those were like dead.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it would depend because if it was right by the club, which is downtown, it would be so fun.
Right.
It would be a blast.
I mean, as long as they kept it up.
Distance.
No.
Hotel's got to be walking distance.
Yeah, that ain't it. Come on, Fargo.
Plus, I asked for an iron, and she goes, or I go to the front desk, and I go, hey, can I get an ironing board? And she gives me an ironing board. And I go, oh, well, and an iron, because there was not one in my room.
She's kind of like, Jesus
and
Christ,
she go, and I go,
people.
oh, well, and an iron. And she goes, oh, no, we don't have any irons right now. And I was like, hey, well, then why did you give me the fucking ironing board?
What are we doing with the ironing board, lady? This is the zero of the week.
What do you think? I brought my own iron? Yeah, but it's so funny because it's like I dealt with like 3 different hotel employees and they all had the same level of what's the word?
Incompetence?
No, not even incompetence, like not giving a shit.
Just super aloof for
yeah, just like we know it's bad, and they were just unapologetically like lazy about it.
Like I do love that you asked for an ironing board, and they here you go. Yeah, we got that. Yeah, can I have an iron too? Wow, you know.
No, she goes, those are all spread out through the hotel. No one's returned one in a while.
Returned one in a while.
I'm like, oh, God, fuck.
I'm drying off with this cum-filled towel. My clothes are wrinkly as fuck.
God, I hate this place. Oh, God, I just love the. Oh, okay, well, we can send you some new ones. I'm like, hey, apologize for the 8 dirty towels that are on my bathroom floor, please.
They're just like, oh, yeah, pretty dirty room, huh? What do you 2C? Yeah, that one's gross.
Yeah, we never really cleaned that one.
So what did you need, by the way? Fargo Inn and Suites. That's a zero of the week. Everyone, 1-star review on Yelp. Boo, you stink.
Go hit them up. Yeah, bring them up to a 1-star review.
I mean, do them a favor.
They got to be sitting at a 0.2 right now.
I wonder how many reviews they have where like it starts out and it's like, if I could give 0 stars, I would.
Yeah, probably a lot.
You know those where people get really sassy in the comment section? I love that.
Although everyone up here is so passive-aggressively nice. They'd probably all be like, I really want to give this a good review, but I simply can't.
However.
Yeah.
my husband came all over the sheets and towels, and I know for a fact they didn't clean any of those up.
Oh my god!
Where are we at, Tom?
I think we got to be over an hour. I don't know. There's no timer here. I forgot to set one.
All right. Well, you want to wrap this little guy up? I think we should put a bow on it. I think we covered it. I think we covered all the bases here.
Yeah. Okay. So this comes out Thursday. Where are you gonna be? Anything?
Doing a show for Caroline's on Broadway. I'm gonna be.
Here we go.
Performing in the middle of Times Square.
They're doing the outdoor one again?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. All right.
It's decent money for a 10-minute spot. He said, hey, you want to come do this shit? I don't know. I saw the other comics on it. They're all pretty good. So he was like,
I saw the last time they did it. They had a killer lineup. The pictures looked sick. The comics said it was one of the worst shows they've done, but it looked sick.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 0% chance it's fun.
Middle of Times Square outside sounds like a thing you'd make up to be like, that's what doing an outdoor show feels like.
Yeah. It's going to be something. But you know what, Tom? You got to do it.
Oh, absolutely. You have to.
I'm doing it, Tom.
Might as well.
Trying to get my little mitts around this city, and it keeps pushing me away, but just love me back, New York.
Hey, New York, will you love Tim back, please?
Will you just love me back?
Also, it like weirdly just got really dark in the room that you're in right as you were going on that little love me back soliloquy.
That kind of worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it did work well.
I'm an hour ahead of you, Tom. I mean, it's 12:30 right now.
Well, this weekend I will be in Austin. Come on out. Then I'm in Chicago for a little bit. If you're in Chicago, I'm at Zany's with Emma Willman. The weekend of July 21st, 2nd, 3rd, and then I'm heading out to LA after that. So if you're in LA, help the kid out. That city's gonna kick my little
send
butt.
the young man a couple of messages from here before August 1st. Just remind him, hey, Tom, you got 5 pounds to shed. You're not only representing yourself, you're representing the roommates-in-law all over the country. You can't show up to LA with a little pudge on you.
Listen, you guys, I'll do a couple extra push-ups, a little extra sit-ups just for the roommates.
That's all we ask, Tom.
Yeah.
Young man's going to the big cities. The only 22-year-old that's going to exist in Los Angeles.
It's going to be fantastic. 5 and I'm taking over the city.
He's shedding 5. He's putting on 3 inches. It's all over for everybody in LA. Nice try, LA.
Check and mate. All right. All right. Guys, we love you.
We love you. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Send us a message.
Send to a friend. How much fun was this? Send this to a friend.
I mean, it's a fun, easy listen. We're 2 sweet men.
All right. Bye.
Married my sister, now we're living together.